Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Love Experience Show. I am your host, Ashley J, and I am excited to be here before you today. This show is going to be a pretty good one. Thank you to Kathy, one of my longtime supporters and viewers, and my cousin. She gave me this topic, and I thought it was perfect when she said it. So I have to talk about it. All right, so before we get started, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like this episode, and share it with everybody you know. And hey, go ahead and invite about five or so people to watch with you tonight. Throw a white watch party, okay? Because this is going to be something good. I want some participation from the married folk if y'all did any of this, or even if you have some additions to what I'm talking about. And this is for singles, people who are looking to get married. So I can't wait to have this discussion with y'all today. All right. Again, invite five people to watch with you, throw a watch party, and let's get started. Oh, before I forget, I'm too excited. Let me tell y'all about this event. And I'm gonna say it again at the end of the show. Got an event coming up, and it is called the Boss Up Queen Boot Camp. And this event is for all my ladies, all of the ladies. I want you to attend this event because you're going to love it. It is going to be something for us to kind of, I guess, I don't want to say kickback because it makes it seem less than what it is, but it's kind of like an empowering thing. We're going to be talking about mental health. We're going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about what else? Self care. It's a lot that we are going to discuss during this discussion. This I don't know what to call it. This boot camp. I'll just say this boot camp. So please, you can find it on all social media. Um, no, I won't say all. You'll find it on most social media because I recently found out I was saying I could do this on Instagram, which it still will be on Instagram. And I was also saying, what else? Oh, TikTok. But TikTok, you got to have 1,000 followers on TikTok to do it. And not there yet, about 10% the way there. So, but it will be soon. Okay. All right. I'm trying to share my screen so you can see the flyer. Um, okay. Bear with me, y'all. I'm trying to get the flyer so you can see it. Um, but yes, please make sure you attend, all my ladies, all my queens that's out there. Please attend. It's going to be August 5th and 6th, and you will not regret it. I think we'll have a good time. I'm excited. I told my mother-in-law that I'm gonna have to hire her as my marketing director because she was inviting people and people were telling me, "Oh, I'm gonna be at your event. I'm gonna be at your event." And I'm like, "Well, what event? What y'all talking about?" Y'all let me know if you can see this. This is the flyer done by yours truly. I think I did an alright job. But this is a free virtual event. Free. No reason for you not to come. It's absolutely free. And you can find it on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. August 5th and 6th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we will do it like that until God tells me to shut it down. As simple as that. Okay. So please make sure you join me. I'm excited about it. I'm nervous at the same time, but excited. And this is going to be this. What makes this different is it's going to be an event that I am doing my way. Well, not really my way, the way God has given me to do it. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. That's all I can tell y'all. It's going to be fun. So make sure you're there, ladies. All right. So enough yapping. Tonight we are talking about. Oh, you know what? Let me introduce myself. I'm sorry, I just realized some of y'all don't know who I am. I am Ashley J. I am a relationship and dating coach. I'm a couples therapist, and I love all things relationships and couples, and it's my favorite thing to talk about. Always has been. And this is my show, the Love Experience Show, where I invite guests to come on and discuss their various love experiences, and they don't have to be fairy tale stories. They can be I don't want to say tragic, but they can be stories that we can all learn from. How about that? I've had a great time, had great guests in the past, and I'm looking for more guests now in the future, in the present and future. So if you would like to be on the Love Experience Show, go ahead and you can shoot me a DM. You can email me, Ashley at it's ashleyj.com. You can even comment below this video. Let me know that you want to be a guest, and I will set it up with you. It's real quick, it's real easy, and yeah, be serious about wanting to be on the show. That's my only requirement. Be for real. Because I'm not someone that I want my time wasted, or I don't want to waste your time either. So be serious when you say you want to be on the show. Okay. Thank you. That is much appreciated. All right. So today we are talking about be prepared. When I came up with the title for this topic, I had Scar's song from The Lion King playing in my head, and it's still playing in my head as we speak. But that's why I got the music notes up there behind the title. But anyway, it's about be prepared. This topic comes thanks to Kathy Brooks Tate for this topic, and we're gonna dive right in it. And y'all, like I said, be interactive. If you are already a marriage vet, tell me, keep the conversation going. If you hear anything that I'm saying, or if there's anything you would like to add, um, go ahead and put it in the comments so I can see it and we can discuss it. All right. Invite some single people on so they can watch and get some lessons on how to get prepared for marriage. All right. This is something that I think is underrated. I think it's underrated because not a lot of people take it seriously. One, because they don't realize there is a preparation process to marriage, and I said, don't take it seriously, and not enough people talk about it. We need to talk about this more because I feel like we're setting people up for failure if we are not letting them know, hey, you need to do this before you get married. You need to do that before you get married. Are you ready? It's a serious question. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Are you ready to get down and dirty with somebody for the rest of your life? Because marriage is a covenant and commitment that you are making to your partner and to God, all up at the altar or wherever you're getting married. Okay. It's serious. It's a for real, like covenants, you're not supposed to break covenants. How about that? You are not supposed to break a covenant. Covenants do get broken, but it's not supposed to, because especially one that's made with God. Why would you want to break a promise that you make to God? I don't know. But you want to take this seriously. And I feel like preparing for marriage is just like preparing for the Super Bowl or for a title fight. It's some serious preparation that needs to go into it. You need to be physically ready, mentally ready, and emotionally ready for this. Okay, this is not something that you take lightly. That's why one of the disclaimers, hey, if you are engaged, go to premarital counseling. Premarital counseling can change the whole course of your relationship. Ask me how I know. Because me and my husband did it. And if we did not do premarital counseling, don't know if we would be sitting here together 7 years later. I don't know. Honey, what do you think? But do premarital counseling. That is something that is very serious and a very great tool for you to have in your preparation for marriage, because you get to learn a whole lot about your partner that you did not know before. And there are different skills that you will learn that are very important to have a lasting relationship. Now, also, if you do premarital counseling, also consider having, even if you feel like, oh, we don't need counseling, listen, have your therapist, a couples counselor on deck. Even if you guys are just going for maintenance, like your checkups, to make sure that, hey, we're still on the same page about this, that, and the third. Couples counseling needs to stay relevant throughout your relationship, throughout the course of your marriage. You need to maintain a good relationship with your couples therapist. Hey, Shauna. So, absolutely 100% keep the counselor on deck and do premarital counseling. Those two things will help you sustain your marriage. And I will even say, have an individual therapist as well, because there are things that could happen within the marriage as the time goes on that you need to process with someone just by yourself. There will be those times, okay? Trust me, an individual therapist is so important, okay, when you are in marriage. All right? And I'll be transparent. I'm seeing a therapist right now, okay? Because I got some stuff that I need to process. I've told you, I don't know, maybe you've seen my social media videos, or video, where I shared with everyone that I have I was battling a bout of depression, and this is something that is very something that I needed to see a therapist. Okay. I needed to see a therapist to work through some of the depression, work through some of the anxiety I was experiencing, and just process different things that have been going on within me, stuff going back even to my childhood. Okay. So, that, all of that, okay, premarital counseling, keep a couples counselor on deck, and have you an individual therapist also. You need those. That's the I don't want to say the trinity, but that's the team. That's your dream team. Okay, all three. All right. So I'll start with my notes. I've been talking, rambling, but I'm gonna start. I got the guidance. Okay. So first first note, get extremely close to Abba. So Abba, if you don't know, is the name of God when you're talking to him as your father. Okay. And I like to use Abba because I like to believe that he is absolutely my father and I'm his daughter. So what would I call my father? Okay, Abba. So what you have to do, because with marriage, you have to keep him at the center of your marriage. And it is very easy for you to go through marriage and not have him at the center of it. He could definitely not be the one that's holding you together, which may be why you are um, holding on by a thread. So you definitely want to keep him at the center of your marriage, even if it's something that you guys did not discuss in the past, but you have a relationship with him. Keep him at the forefront of your relationship. Keep him at the forefront of your life, because he gives you peace in those hectic times. He gives you guidance. He gives you he's your provider. He comes through in so many ways. You want to keep a stable relationship with him. And it needs to be a strong foundation. You need to know, and when I say strong foundation, when things happen, he needs to be the first person you call on. Um, he needs to be the first person that you talk to, even before, let's say, you and your spouse get into an argument. You need to talk to him so he could give you the words how on what to say, how to say it, and keep you from maybe going too far. There have been numerous times there were things that I would be afraid to tell my husband, and I would pray before sharing it with him to ask God to kind of prepare his heart so that whatever it is that I have to say will not cause an argument, will not cause any type of division in our relationship. Do I was I consistent with that? No, but most of the time I did. I would pray and ask him to handle, set the atmosphere so that we don't have an argument. And that when I would do that, those conversations went a lot smoother than they would have if I didn't. Okay. Um, Also, just know him for yourself. That's also very important for anybody. Just know him for yourself, because his love is it's an undefined love. Like, you cannot define the love that he gives you. You can't. And you can't even fathom the love. Like, I'm being so serious and really trying not to cry, because talking about him and his love is something that's very dear to me. So definitely establish that strong foundation. If you're a wife, or even if you're a husband, um, husbands absolutely need to have good relationships with him, because he's first, then the husband. The husband is the head of the household. He needs to take his direction straight from the mouth of God so that he can lead his family in a path of righteousness, a path of stability, care, and love, and be the spiritual leader that the family needs. So, wives, you also have to have a good relationship with him, because you are the one that's next in line. And you are the one that covers, with, do I want to say that? A lot of times, the wife is the one that keeps everybody covered in prayer. But that is not to take away from husband, because husbands keep their family in prayer also. But the wife is the one that we pray to keep our husbands safe. We pray to keep our marriages safe and in a good place. Keep our marriages in a place where they honor God. Um, our prayers, I'm trying to be politically correct. Our prayers just kind of they just cover everything. I'll just say that. They cover everything and everyone. Okay. Um and also, like, even if you're in the dating world, have you a strong relationship with him so that you know the right person to marry. You know the right person that is supposed to be in your life. You need to keep him in your life and have a strong relationship with him, and so that your sense of discernment, your spirit of discernment can be strong, and you will know exactly who is right for you and who is not. It's a lot easier to date somebody when you are or it's a lot easier in the dating world when you know who to spend your time with and who not to spend your time with. Okay. That sense of discernment needs that spirit. I keep saying sense, but that spirit of discernment needs to be strong in those moments. Okay. In this dating world, because it's a mess out there from what I understand. So you need to have your relationship really strong and powerful with Abba. Okay. And again, let me take a pause for a second. Again, guys, if you are in the audience and you are married, go ahead and let us know if it's something that I'm not covering or if something just pops up for you. Go ahead and put that comment in the comment section so we can talk about it. Um, so let me see what else. The next thing you want to do is improve yourself. And what do I mean by that? So, getting to the place where you are ready to get married is not saying yes to the proposal is not the first step. You need to be in a place where you are absolutely ready for marriage. And that looks like you educating yourself in so many different areas. Let's say you don't know how to cook, take a cooking class. And with that cooking class, you learn how the basics. If it's just to learn the basics, learn that in the cooking class. It's a lot of women out here that don't know how to cook. Go take you a cooking class because these men are hungry and they don't always want to eat takeout. So learn how to cook, okay? And this makes me laugh because I think I'm a pretty decent cook, and but I can have a heavy hand when it comes to seasoning. And yesterday I made some chicken, and some of the chicken was seasoned real good. Some of the chicken wasn't. I felt really bad because I try to control my hand, but and like I told Tariq, I was like, there's no happy medium for me. Either I season too much or I'm not seasoning it enough. So I don't know what to do anymore. But I'm not trying to send anybody blood pressure through the roof or anything. So I gotta figure out how to control my hands so it'll be right there, nice in the middle between the two. But yeah, he didn't. He said it was just not seasoned enough. He didn't say it wasn't nasty. Um, and yes, I was not. He just put in the comments. Remember the steak you made me when we met. So I thought I was doing something. This is, I guess, story time. So I thought I was doing something for my man, y'all. And I was like, oh, I'm going to make him some steak for dinner. First of all, I got, what kind of steak did I get? It was like skirt steak or something. I can't remember what kind of steak I got, but I got a steak and thought I was doing something with making the steak, and it was tough. And he said the flavor was good. He was like, but that steak was tough. So ever since then, I think I tried one more time after that to make steak, and he was like, "Babe, just leave the steak to me." So he is now the one that makes the steaks. He just made some today, matter of fact. So I steak is not my forte, but I could throw down with anything else, I believe. And he was eating good too, so whatever. Um, but yes, definitely make sure you take a cooking class. If you don't know how to clean, uh, you know what? Don't say that. He said he lost a few teeth. If you don't know how to clean, ask somebody to show you how to clean. Or if you can afford it, get a order a maid service and watch them so you know how to clean. But make sure you do. That's the basics, things that I believe everybody should have been taught growing up, but that's not always the case. But definitely, get you a cleaning service so you know how to clean. But also educate yourself on finances. You want to you want to learn how to have a financial sense before you get married, because you bringing two incomes together. Hopefully you're bringing two incomes together, and those incomes are it like you're going to have to know how to use that. You're going to have to know how to take care of the home, how to budget, how to just figure out what to do with both of your incomes. That's a serious conversation that you have to have. You have to have a good conversation about finances. One of the things that Tariq and I did in the very beginning, when we got together, I've told you guys this. When we got together, we knew we were going to get married. Like we were dating with the intentions of getting married. And one of the things he wanted to do was exchange credit reports. And that scared me because one, I never did that before. I've never been in a what I like to say a grown-up relationship. So that was something that was foreign to me. And two, I was scared because I didn't really check up on my credit report like that. But I knew I had Sally Mae on my credit report and she is not nice. So, and I was at a place where I was like, forget them student loans. So I didn't know how that was going to come across. So, but it wasn't that bad because I had other things that was kind of balancing out my credit. But it wasn't that bad. But it was important because we both needed to see what we had to do to better our credit when it came to getting married. Because what do you do after you get married or even before you get married? You might buy a house before you get married. You might I don't know, you guys might buy cars and stuff after you get married. Whatever you do, you're going to have to possibly use not possibly, you're going to have to use credit. So it's best to know that your credit is on the up and up, or if there's some work that needs to be done. And either way, you have the ability to be out there, be transparent, and decide the course of the marriage and how you're going to navigate the financial waters if you know what your credit scores are. Okay. Also, you want to, let me see, credit, finances, budgeting. Even if you want to get like a financial planner, do that. Let that be like an engagement present for each other. You talk to a financial planner so that you can get out there your ideas of what you want to do when you guys get married, or just for yourself, so you know what that experience is like for yourself. Okay. What else? I can't stop talking about finances because it's such a big deal. It is such a big deal, to understand each other's finances, to understand your own finances. I was very, very green about finances, extremely green. I only knew a few things, and one of them was just because life happened. And let's see, that was make sure you got enough money in your bank account to cover the things that you got to pay for, that you're charging. Okay, that was one. Also, the other thing that I knew about my dad, he was like, don't get no credit cards, stay away from credit cards. So that's what I did. I stayed away from credit cards, not realizing that I could have used that to my benefit. Um, and let me see, was there anything else I knew about? And I knew about credit, just not a whole lot. I am just now in the last couple years starting to really gain an understanding of finances and being financially literate. I was very financially illiterate. I was not good at finances, but I've been gaining understanding of finances by reading books, by watching different documentaries, YouTube videos. I am gaining financial literacy. Here's another thing I don't know if you even considered, but what's your relationship like with money? Because the relationship you have with money dictates how you're going to maintain money. So it's great to understand how you are able or how your relationship is with money. Great thing to understand, great thing to utilize. You gotta get, I cannot say it enough. You gotta understand finances. Let's see what else. Finances, even educate yourself on health. It's a lot of us who do not understand how to be healthy. So educate yourself about your health. Under, take care of yourself. Know what it is to be on a balanced diet if that's not what you're doing. Start working towards healthier living now rather than when you get married and you have a couple years down the line and somebody gets sick. Get an understanding of your health now. Understand how to cook, how to the right things to cook, the right diets that work for you. Understand all of that stuff. You have to, okay? Um that's part of taking care of yourself. And also, if you have not or do not do this, start taking yourself, do like self-care days. My self-care days, I've said this before, were going to the hair salon. I love going to the hair salon. I miss going to the hair salon, but going to the hair salon, that was a great day for me. Get your nails done, just different things that you can do for yourself to boost your confidence, to boost your self-esteem, to boost your overall well-being. When you go to the salon, go to the hair salon, go to the nail salon, you go to those places, it when you come out of there, you feel like $1,000,000. So make sure you know how to do that. Not everybody does it. Everybody, I think all women should experience that. Go get your, go take care, let somebody else do it for you. It doesn't have to be a whole lot of money. Let somebody else do it for you. Okay, make sure your hair is healthy. um and then also take some exploration time. Explore with yourself. What is it that I like to do? Who am I? You really need to know that. Get a strong understanding on who you are also before you get married, because it is very easy to lose yourself in marriage. So get to know who you are when you are ready to get married. You got to, all right, so that you can always stay true to you. That's it. Stay true to who you are. You have to. You gotta understand it. Um, I can remember when I first moved here, and Tariq was like, "You need to get you some hobbies. You need this. You need that." And at that time, I was like, "For what?" Now, being a vet in the game, I think I could say I'm a vet, but being a vet in the game, like, yeah, I needed to know that. I needed to have hobbies, figure out who I was and what I liked before getting into marriage, because that was something that was so important. And I kind of lost who I was along the course of the marriage because I know who I was. And it's a very different situation when you are learning yourself before you get married and learning yourself within marriage. It's a little different. And when you just make those discoveries in marriage, you, instead of having someone who is okay with it, you talk about it before marriage, you got to get, while you find this stuff out in marriage, you have to have a discussion. Hey, I'm interested in doing this. Because now, if it takes money, we got to talk about how we're going, what's the word I want to use? How to divvy up money so that you can explore this. Um, and then you have to see, hey, is this cool with you if I go, I don't know, go to a twerk class? Is this cool with you? Is it cool with you if I start skydiving? I feel like I need some adventure in my life. Or even if you feel like traveling, you want to travel, you got to talk to your spouse about that. You can't just up and do it, not like when you're single. So do it before you get married, okay? That's my suggestion. You can do it another way. My suggestion, figure all of this out before you get married. Make it a habit before you get married. There, now you might have to kind of curtail it a little bit, trim it down a little bit once you get married, but it's not like it's something that your spouse doesn't know about you. They came into the marriage knowing this about you. You see the difference? Instead of you trying to up and say, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go streak in the neighborhood for a minute." I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there, y'all. But this is something that you need to do. Okay. Let me take a sip. Also, exercise. Exercise, that would be part of you taking care of yourself. Make sure you have a good workout routine, because you know how I was talking about being healthy and healthy eating. Well, you also need to be healthy with exercising also, because that will help you to stay around longer, for your spouse and your future children if you don't have children or whatever. You need to exercise. Have a healthy exercise, a great exercise routine. Make it a habit so that it's not a struggle when it's time to have babies, or when it's time to, when you start hitting your 40s or whatever. You need to learn how to, you need to exercise. And I'm trying to get my thoughts together. I'm seeing these comments and they messing me up. But you gotta know, you gotta have a workout routine, okay? And also learn how to shop. That's part of, financial literacy too. Learn how to shop, okay? Because you're gonna have to learn how to dress appropriately. I do not believe, even though I was a girl out there that dressed like this, I do not believe that you gotta have your everything showing when you're in public. Um, as I'm in my late 30s, about to be knocking at the door. Well, I am knocking at the door of 40. Um, Looking back over my life, some of the things that I wore, I was like, man, I should have just listened to my mom or whoever that was telling me, don't, why are you wearing it? Because there was the way I dressed was what I picked up. How about that? And if you want to have quality um relationships, if you want to have a quality relationship, you have to dress the part. Okay. You gotta dress the part. You cannot, if you you want, if you want just somebody to have fun with, a fun boy. You want to have a fun boy, go right on ahead and dress with everything out. But if you want somebody of quality, someone of substance, then you need to make sure you dress that way. Okay. Now, I'm not saying you got to be a nun, but what I'm saying is there is a way to dress where you are still showing your figure, um, and you can reveal somewhat, a little bit, but still be tasteful with it. Everybody doesn't need to see everything. Okay. Keep some things on lock. Showing respect for yourself. All right. Okay. Um, Also have fun. So when you have fun, do the things that you always wanted to do. One of the things that I wish I did, when I was single, was had girls trips, have just have fun, do things that I probably will not do now that I'm married. I would have done things differently. So I would have went on girls trips. You know what always stopped me from going on trips, traveling the world? That is, I always worried about not having money. I can't afford it. I can't afford that. What do you mean go on a trip? I can't do that. I wish I did, cuz At that time, it would have been the prime time to do it. I ain't have any kids. I ain't had my first child till 4 years ago. Okay, and I was in my 30s. Um, I would have had fun and traveled. Way I didn't travel at all, actually. I would have traveled outside of driving up and down the East Coast. I would have explored. I would have did different things like that. Um, because that's what I should have did. That's what you should do when you're single. So have those trips. Go if you want to go backpacking, whatever. Just go have fun. Do the things that you always wish you did or wanted to do, or want to do as a single person, because a lot of those things are not conducive when you're married, and it's going to be a different experience sharing it with your significant other, your spouse, instead of sharing it maybe by yourself or doing it with your girls or your boys. So you definitely want to travel. You want to just go have fun. Just have all the fun that you want to have. If you want to experiment, I ain't gonna say that. Okay. Go have fun. That's what you need to do. Get it all out of your system, because you not that you can't have fun in marriage, because marriage can be very fun. It's not always business. You can have fun. Me and Tariq have had a lot of fun. But you gotta do, if it's things that you really, really want to do, just do it. Figure out how to do it and do it. I wish I would have did that. But the first time I took a trip, it was with my husband. The first time I took a trip as an adult was with my husband. He was my boyfriend at the time. But that was the first time I went on a trip. I had a blast. But now looking back, I'm like, dang, what could I have done if I would have just stopped being so worried about money and figured out how to get the money to go on these trips? I don't know. And I will never know. But go travel, go do whatever. Whatever it is that you want to do. You want to model, go model. Do it now while you're single. That way you don't have stipulations. You can experience that stuff. Okay? All right. Um Also, this was some advice that I gave my sister. I wanted to give it to my one of my cousins too, but I don't know if I ever did. But make powerful moves. What do I mean by that? What I mean is get you some property, start an Airbnb, start a business, do something that is going to set you up financially, something that is going to give you residual income for the rest of your life if you choose it to do that. Set yourself up financially. This is something else that I wish I would have done. Set yourself up financially, because guess what? You both will be able to benefit from it. You and your significant other, you and your spouse, you'll be able to benefit from this if you set yourself up financially in the beginning by yourself. Um, my mom has a friend who told me you should get some property. Property at that time, because of my limited thinking, how am I gonna get property? I can't afford no property. What? I should have figured out how to do it. So I am telling you, get you some property, start your business, whatever it is that you've always wished you could do, go ahead and do it. Do it now while you're single, because that will limit the that I think it will limit the amount of financial difficulty you can have once you get married. That will set you and your spouse up in a great position financially. And it shows that you have a business mind. Business Having a business mind can take you a long way. So Set yourself up financially. Okay? Do something. Make power moves. Make power moves. You have to. You have to make power moves. It's so important. So extremely important. Okay? I'm telling you. Listen, um y'all know my story. Got sick right before we got married, right? And because I couldn't work, we had two incomes and we went from having two incomes to one income. If I would have taken that comment, that advice seriously back when I was single, the things that we went through financially probably would not have happened because I was smart about it and took care of my business and had that stuff set up already before getting married. Okay. So please sit down, think about what it is that you want to do, and write it down, make a list, pick one and do it. Pick two and do it. Or do everything on that list. Whatever it is, do it. Take your time to do it. Figure out how you can do it. And you get one thing, and with that one thing, you start that one thing, let that one thing pay for you to get something else. Okay? Start your business, start your whatever you want to do, your nonprofit, whatever it is that you want to do, start that before you get married. Okay? And let me take this moment real quick. Guys that are married, tell me, we're having this discussion about um preparing for marriage. So go ahead, drop in the comments your advice about what to do when you're preparing for marriage. What you did, or maybe something that you wish you did. Put it in the comments so I can talk about it. I've been talking away, and I'm running out of time. Okay. Also, this is something that is very important. Take your time. Take your time. So I know I'll say for us women, I think with guys too, but mostly women, we get to this place where we're like, oh my gosh, I'm about to be mine was what was my age? My age was I wanted to be married at 26 actually, but it didn't work out like that. So I was like, dang, I'm reaching my 30s. I haven't had a kid yet. I haven't done this. I haven't done that. Oh my gosh, well, what am I going to do? I need to hurry up. You don't. You can calm down and take your time because the last thing you want to do is get be in a rush, be in a panic, and get into something that you can't get out of or shouldn't be in the first place. Okay. So take your time. There is no rush. There is no rush at all. God knows you want to be married. He understands your desire. That's his desire for you as well. Okay? He knows that you want to be married. He also knows that you might be pushing 30, 35. That's okay. Pray. Talk to him about keeping you healthy so that you can have healthy babies. That's what I did. I started praying for my baby before he even got conceived. When we started talking about having children, um, I started praying and started preparing myself for having a baby. I I lost? I was working on losing weight. I'm like all of this stuff. I started doing this stuff, but the main thing I did was pray. I prayed every single day for this boy. And then after he was conceived, I still prayed, continued to pray against any illnesses or um, conditions or anything, so that I would pray and ask the Lord to keep him whole and healthy. And guess what? That's exactly what we got. We got a healthy, handsome little boy who he has nothing wrong with him. He is completely healthy. And I was 30, was I 35? Either 34 or 35 when I had him. And that's the age where they used to tell us, you hit 35, your kids gonna have downs. So that's not completely true. And that's my little tidbit. Pray about it consistently. Okay. Um, but you don't have to rush this. Like, take your time. Take as long as you need to get yourself together for marriage. Like I said in the very beginning, preparing for marriage is like preparing for the Super Bowl or a title fight. Okay? You have this serious, you got to take as long as you need to take to prepare yourself. Okay? There is no rush. All right. And then finally, you need to be strong physically, mentally, and emotionally. That means you need to heal all of those areas. Absolutely heal all of those areas, because those all of those areas will be tried in marriage. Your body is going to take a toll because of stress. You can mentally, question yourself. You could kind of break down a little bit. Emotionally, your emotions will go through the ringer. Okay, because remember this: when you get married, you are not marrying you. You are marrying somebody who is completely different from you, who was raised different from you, and both of your different personalities have to mesh. And sometimes it's going to take a whole lot of bumps before you get to mesh and be at peace. Okay. So that takes a toll on you mentally. It takes a toll on you emotionally. You have to be healed, and you do not need to carry baggage from dating somebody else into your marriage. That's not fair to your new spouse. So get that healing first. Heal. You got to take that time to heal. Get whole in those areas, because you don't need to be two halves getting together to make a whole. No, y'all both need to be whole. Okay, you don't need to be two halves. You need to be whole and whole. Okay. And like I said, work out. Do your work out. Get your body together. Go to the doctor and get a complete workup on your body. Get your blood tested. Get all of that, so that okay, I got maybe a little deficiency here. All right, maybe I need to get that together. Okay. Whatever you can do to make yourself whole, go ahead and do it. This is the time to do it. Okay. Because you're going to need all of you in this marriage. All right. All right. So I am going to hop in these comments. They have been lit up. I need to take some water. Okay. Hello to everybody that's watching. First of all, hello everyone. I talked about that. I knew we were going to get married. Not sure if you were. I was apprehensive. Okay, so here is a comment. Have you ever tried the rubbing the seasoning on the meat method? Individual pieces in a bowl, just like you're giving it a massage. That tends to work very well to get it all over the meat evenly. Okay. I don't touch the steaks anymore, so that's a Tariq department. Oh Lord, I didn't mean to put that up there. Make sure you agree on strip clubs that you'll go into. Okay. Um, and then you said my dad was right. He was not right, Auntie. He wasn't right, because I could have used those credit cards to make my credit score even better by maintaining a low balance. Oh, why I keep putting your comments up here, husband? Um, he said this is a comment Tariq made to my mom. Leslie said, learn how to cook gravy. He is always making fun of her about cooking gravy because she put gravy on almost everything. um, and my aunt said, thanks to Grandma Mildred, I learned how to make gravy very well. Okay. So, hey Sonia, I don't know if you're still on, but hey Sonia. She said, great advice. Wish someone would have told me that before I got married. I there was this book. I don't know if I could find it. I had this book and I can't remember who wrote it, but it was a book. It was like 150 questions to ask before getting married or something like that. And I went through that book and I was like, wow, this it made me think about stuff I never thought about before. Um, I'm gonna have to see if I can find it and I'll post about it if I can. All right, Sonia, you said now 20 years later in marriage, we do plan to rent out our current home, residual income, hashtag residual income, when we upgrade to a new space. We talked about the same thing. Um, talk about having children before you get married. Absolutely. That is, I didn't even get into all of the conversations that you need to have. Maybe that'll be the part two. um talking about having kids, and not just having kids. Talk about the amount of kids you want to have. Talk about how you're going to raise these kids. Talk about everybody, you and your partner's role in raising these children. You got to talk about everything. I'm a, think that's another good topic. Thank you, husband. um let's see. You said so true, Ashley J. I would like to do so many things different, not knowing thought I couldn't do it. Yep. That don't fall into that trap, y'all. Do this stuff, please. Sonia, you said I did have my own apartment, my own car, was working and in school. Be productive while you wait. Absolutely. I had my own I had two apartments, but the same car, and that car died when I got here. And honey, yes, I did pray for a positive pregnancy test because I wanted that little boy so bad. um, right. Married at 29, started having children 2 years later at 31, 33, and 35. Yes, prayed for a healthy pregnancy and their development. God heard and answered. It works, y'all. You gotta do it. It works. Um, my biggest thing for me, financial saving and investing money. Yes, and I didn't even talk about investments, but yeah, definitely invest too. Invest your money. um yes, be whole in all areas. You got to be whole. You don't want to come into a marriage broken. What do you expect your marriage to look like if you come in broken? Pray you don't fall on your first date. So y'all, I think I told y'all this, but I'm laughing because that is what he did on our first date. He fell on our first date. Okay. And that was the funniest thing. My back hurt, so I'm not even going to talk about that story because it's going to make my back hurt from laughing so hard. Okay. Wait, where am I? Thank you for the advertisement, for the reminder. Y'all hit the subscribe button and the like button. Use gloves for me. Okay. Okay. Miss Alfreda, she said, get rid of all soul ties. Old soul ties. Definitely. And I would put that in there with healing. Um, you gotta get rid of I didn't say spiritually, but yes, get get rid of those connections. Absolutely get rid of those connections before you get married. Do you guys have anything else you want to say in the comments about what you did, or maybe something that I didn't mention when getting prepared for marriage? Kathy, I hope that you stayed on for this whole thing because you were the reason for this topic. So thank you. And now my hubby is the reason for part two. So I can't. I'm so excited that you guys were here with me tonight. Let me show you the flyer one more time. Okay. This is the Boss Up Queen Boot Camp. This is the free virtual event. Check it out August 5th and 6th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And it'll be streaming to Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I can't wait to see you there. That is for all of my queens, all of my ladies, married, single, whatever. This is for you. I can't wait for this. I'm preparing and nervous, kind of a little bit, but not really. I can't wait for this. Um, Thank you, Miss Alfreda. I appreciate that. I can't wait for this, y'all. It's gonna be a good time, and it's y'all just gonna have me all day. That it's just gonna be me all day, and I can't wait for that. All right. So if you guys are good, then we are good. If you would like to be a guest on the Love Experience show, go ahead and let me know. You can comment at the bottom of this video. You can email me, Ashley at itsashleyj.com. And you can find me on all social media at It's Ashley JW, and let me know, DM me that you would like to be on the Love Experience show. So I can't wait to see some of your faces, to come on. And I think that's it. That's all my announcements. Thank you again for hanging in there and watching with me. And I will be back next week for another episode of the Love Experience Show. Uh, as they say in church, if all hearts and minds are clear, there is only one thing for me to say, and that is, what is your love experience? I will chat with y'all next week.